Okay, so I haven't gotten anywhere from last video. All I did is, I don't remember if this was in last video or not, but I'm just gonna go over it. I made spacers, so when this thing bolts to the frame, it's gonna be raising it up like that. So now I need to get bolts long enough. So they're gonna be my spacers for there. I got my engine about in the spot I want it to be. I shoved a drill bit in that hole because I can't move that hole. There's like 3 holes in there. It's gonna make it too weak. So that's the hole that's going there, and then I might move it like 1/16 of an inch side to side, but it's pretty much where it's gonna sit. So I'm gonna do that, somehow mark the holes, probably spray paint down in those holes right there and mark the hole where I need a drill, and then I'll go from there. But yeah, right now I'm just gonna make sure my engine's all centered up, and then mark the holes and hopefully drill them out quick. So let's do that, and then we'll start mounting it. And yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but let's drill out the holes and start mounting it, and so I can cut the bullshit. Okay, so last video, I don't know if you see me, the camera's kind of zoomed in too much, but I can't fix that. So, not last video, what am I talking about? Just a second ago. So I was gonna put the engine mounts in, put them in, pain in the ass. I'd take the engine off 3 different times. Couldn't get them to line up right. Horrible. So, got the engine finally mounted. It's not gonna fall off. Hopefully it won't blow up again. So now we are going to kind of throw all the metal on the engine to make it kind of get the envisioning of how it's going to sit in there, get the airbox on, kind of get the full shape to it so we can make sure everything fits. This thing, I'm going to hopefully run to my farm to get some bolts, because on there, I showed you that we're using the spacers right here. And those spacers, I don't know if you can see me, that's why I'm moving around weird, but these spacers go there, so we need longer bolts, about probably that long, to go through the spacers, through this thing. So then this thing can be mounted 3 inches higher, so then right over the airbox, just like that. So we're going to do that. We're going to throw stuff in the engine and maybe cut the hole on this side over in the opposite corner for the exhaust down here. So we'll measure that up, get the hole cut for the exhaust, and that's probably might be it for this video. Yeah, so basically front end work. Next video is probably going to be rear end work. Transmission is leaking a little bit, which sucks, but I know why. It's because the bushing on the bottom, I never replaced it, because I mean, you have to buy it, because it's not like these things are meant for gear oil. You have to buy a seal that's aftermarket for that thing. I never got one, so I'll probably try to make up something like that. But next video will be the rear end. I need an axle, and we'll go through the transmission. But this video, all front end. Maybe next video will be 2. It depends how far we get. I don't know. So I'm going to stop talking, and let's grab the metals, or whatever you want to call them, and throw them right back on the engine. Okay, so as you guys saw, just got the covers on here. I didn't put this cover on because it goes out too wide and it's going to get in the way of the hood. It goes out like out here. So that's not going to go on, not a big deal. More airflow, you know what I mean. But anyways, I'll obviously have to take these back off because at first, number 1, I have to clean out the fans. I still have some shit in them. Number 2, I just want to clean the whole thing. Like what I just said, clean the fans. And number 3, I'm just going to, I don't know, get the whole thing together, and I have to, wires through this will have to come off for the exhaust, so there's that. I did get this cover on back here too, that's still going to be there, hopefully guard a little bit. I might make one that goes here to guard like feet and battery from the exhaust, because battery's going to sit here. If it was just my feet, I'd leave it for when it's cold outside, but Can be the battery too. My speaking of battery, phone battery is low, but anyways, so I'll have to finish it up quick. But yeah, I just kind of tinkered around over here for a little bit. It took me a while. You might have seen under here I can't get the bolt to thread in there, so I'm not worried about it. So because I'm taking it out again, but I'll have to figure that out eventually. Get the oil spout actually bolted on there now. Yeah, so it looks sick. 694. This is gonna be sticking out the side of the hood. Like, side of the hood's gonna be here. It's gonna be sticking out a good 4 inches. I'm not worried about how the top looks. That's not gonna be visible. Maybe the end will, so I'll probably clean that up a little bit. But you know, I might clean the top up a little bit because you can see in there a little bit. The hood's gonna be about here, I'm gonna say, but it's gonna be really close too, like right here. So I'm just clean some of that shit off a little bit, make it look nice and clean. But anyways, gonna cut the crap, and I'm gonna, next time I'll see you guys, it won't be today for me, but it'll be in a second for you guys. I'm gonna go run, grab bolts for these right there, grab bolts for this, find some spacers and grab bolts to raise this thing. This needs to be raised too. We'll throw in the hood and see how she goes together. Okay, so I got a bunch of bolts and spacers. I'm going to use this and that one on one side. Then I'm going to use these, and then I'll throw those on the bottom. Make it a little taller. I don't know where the other one is, right? Make it a little taller, but just like that. But these bolts are too short. These are 3-inch bolts. I need 3.5 inch, I think. One of these are 3.5. Is a 3.5. Yeah, this one. So I need more bolts like that. I only have 3 of them, so I have 1 here and then 2 are on here. This is how this is gonna go. Spacers. So I'm just gonna throw that one on there for now and then tighten that up, and then I'll go and get more bolts and I'll update you guys. There, got the hole cut for the exhaust right in there. The exhaust in there. All metals are on. Just mounted these 2. I went to the store, got some bolts. All I did, they are 5/16-18 bolts. They look like this. That's the right same one. It's just older. It's not new. Because I shoved it in here at the store, so I didn't have to carry it. Pull that out of there. It's like that. 3.5 inch long, but anyways, just shove that right in there. Just like that. Focus cameras like to be messed up, but got them on there. Now I'm gonna, actually I could probably just throw the hood right on there and we'll start this piece right here. I'm gonna have to, instead of going that way, it's gonna have to go that way and then down. And then that piece will probably be raised. We'll have to put the hood on first, because that hole has to line up on the hood hole, because it can't go in there. I don't think it can how it is now, otherwise that would be perfect if it could. Oh my god. So, that is dope. I'll have to mount that in there and then put the hood on. So, disregard what I just said. That's awesome that fits in there. I think it fits. Should fit. Anyways, so I'm gonna mount that in there, throw the hood on. I'll show you guys what we're up to here now. Okay, so we know there's a lot of things in this world that are too good to be true. So I was right. It does not fit. Just barely though. This freaking light isn't plugged in. That's great. This just needs to move over to those holes a little bit. You can see when I push it, it's hitting the airbox. So what I'm probably gonna either do is dent in the side of the airbox, or I'm gonna cut out a section of this. Probably cut out a section of this. I'm gonna see what's easier though in a second. Let me just think about this, and then we'll get back to throwing this back together. So let's get going. Let's cut the bullshit and groove. This is our
missing someone, but with all your heart. Missing someone, but with heart. How much you miss it, and you deserve, and you deserve, and you deserve, and you did it right from the start. And you did it right from the start.
Put on, and you guys saw I had to cut a section out of it right here for, actually it was for my oil. You can't really see it because of bad lighting. See here, for oil right there. I'm gonna try to see that screw. There's 2 screws on either end. This is sheet metal screws. I'm gonna try to move over the stem even out more so you can take it off when it's out of the hood. So when I take the hood back off, I'm gonna move the stem over. But I'm getting my wiring hooked up. I'm just gonna use my old wiring harness that I made for the previous engine. It works just fine. It plugs, all the plugs with Briggs are universal, so it just plugs right in. So I'm just working on doing that, and then I'm gonna run wires across the top. I do need to buy a wire to go from here to my starter because the one I currently have is not long enough, or the few I currently have are not long enough. The starter's all the way in the opposite corner. So yeah, I'm routing all those wires right now, and then I'm gonna take my hood off right now and then finish those wires. But I think this is gonna be it for this video. Because this video is getting a little long too. So this is gonna be it for this video. I am going to, next video, I'm gonna finish up wiring, but next video is gonna be, gas tank will probably already be in, but gas tank, steering, and axle. So basically steering and axle, because gas tank will probably already be in there. But, so what I'm gonna do with axle, I have a few other axles. I'm just gonna replace the rear one, because the keys are really messed up and the wheel moves about that much on the axle back and forth. So I need to put new axle in there, pull the transmission apart, because it's leaking out the bottom. I have to fix that, and basically fabricate new steering for the front. So that's what you guys should expect coming next videos. That's it for now. Stay tuned, and that's about all the cheesy YouTube references I can say. See ya.